Okay, in a previous video, we've explored the bass sound. And at the same time of looking at the bass, we've looked at the general principle of using your arms and about lifting and then dropping and giving up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the sounds you get on the side of the djembe around here. So there's two basic sounds that you play on the side. One of them is tone, and the other one is slap. Tone, slap. Okay, so hearing all three together, these are the three basic sounds of the djembe. The bass, the tone, and the slap. I'm going to look at the slap in a later video. Let's, for the time being, look at the tone sound. Before I go any further, the really important thing is to understand something about this part of the djembe here. Because you see, the very edge of the djembe is what many of us in the trade would consider the danger point. And if you've already been playing the djembe, you probably may have felt you had a slight bruise on this part of your hand or on that part of your hand, and very often maybe on that part of your thumb there. If that's the case, what you've been doing is that those parts of your hand have been catching right on that edge of the drum. And it's basically absolutely as hard as a rock. I mean, this is very, very tough, strong wood that they use on a djembe. And this is, you're basically hammering the shell of the drum. So that's really quite important. And when we play the tone, we want to completely miss this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right to the basics, and we're going to take our hands into where they were before when I was showing the bass. So we got our hands flat, and we've got them right in the middle here. And very, very slowly, if you want to do this with me, I'm going to take my hands backwards towards me, very slowly, and all this time I'm feeling the sensation underneath my hands, so I can feel where my hands are on the drum. I can feel the heel of my palms right on that danger point on the edge. I'm going to take them back a bit further. I can feel the palm on that edge. And now I'm in that very place that I want to avoid, where the knuckles are right down there, right on the firing range on that edge there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take my knuckles just over there. So now the knuckles are just outside of the circle of the djembe. Okay? Now, something else is you definitely want to avoid, if you can, having your wrists drop down underneath the djembe. So to do this, you want to have a little bit of a lift, because the hands really want to be on top of the surface of the drum. And what you probably would do is just let your elbows just come out a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. You might want to just straighten your spine just slightly. Everything is in moderation with this. And then what you want to feel is your fingertips actually being the part that makes contact on the drum. So that's now going to be about a couple of inches into the skin on that side and that side. And you can almost see a diamond shape from your fingers onto the arms, onto your chest, down here. So that's where you make contact, just with the tips of the fingers there. And you're sort of flat on the drum, but there's a tiny bit of space. So the knuckles are outside, and you pretty much, you miss the danger part there. Okay. So if you're making contact with the fingers, you will be getting that tone sound.